Hi guys, I just thought I'd show you a quick video on how I've made my monster Henderson pump, the manual gold dredge. That's your standard size pump there, that's 2.5 inch drain pipe. As you can see there, the size difference. This is the 4 inch, that's 2.5 inch. Now the 2.5 inch are a lot easier to make because a tennis ball will fit perfectly inside and give you the perfect seal. Now on the 4 inch, it's a lot harder to find something that will actually give you a great seal inside that's still cost effective and relatively cheap and easy. The 4 inch pipe is a bit more expensive to buy, but if you're lucky enough like I was, I managed to find some that hadn't been used as waste pipe. It had actually been used to store some tools in, so this has cost me very little to make. The pipe itself, it's about 1.5 meters long. This is for getting further down into the bedrock area, places where that one might just not be long enough to reach. It also means that you can shift a lot more material with this one than you can with that one, but it is that little bit heavier to work. The pipe itself, as I say, is just 4 inch down pipe. It's a similar sort of principle to the 2.5 inch. As you can see inside there, I have a soft toy. It's just a football, but it's quite a spongy ball. It was a 5 inch ball, and what I've done is I've followed the same sort of principle on the 2.5 inch there. If you want to see a video of that, please check that one out, because it's very similar. The inner rod on there, I've used just 1.5 inch PVC pipe. I follow the same principle as the 2.5, and I've placed a cap on the end of this. The cap then has a 2 inch washer on the end. It has the ball going through, another 2 inch washer, and a size 14 nut bolt. The nut bolt goes all the way through the washer, through the ball, through the cap on the 1.5 inch, and through, with the washer on the other side as well. The ball gets compressed down as you screw it in, and that makes it even fatter, but because it's already a 5 inch ball, it's already effectively too big for this pipe. But because of the sponginess, you squeeze it inside the pipe and it will squeeze and compress in, and once it's in, there's absolutely no air or light seals that are being broken in there at all. I've thoroughly tested it inside a bathtub, inside a washing up bowl, a couple of other things, and it just empties the water straight out of them. It's really strong, really powerful suction off this. At the top end, just to make it that little bit more sturdy and to also keep costs down, there's an inner guide there. That is basically just the bottom of a juice container. It was a perfect fit to go inside the 4 inch pipe. I've just put a couple of really small screws just going through the pipe into the container, and the container's had the hole cut out just to allow that pipe just a little bit of freedom, a little bit of play, but not a lot really, so it stops it banging about against the sides of the 4 inch. Because the 4 inch is a lot wider than the 2.5 inch, it does give you a lot more room to play with. So for the handle, again, I've just used a trusty old paint tub handle. That's just been screwed straight through, and that gives plenty of strength and sturdiness to actually help support the weight. Now when you are actually drawing out of that, that will be full of material, full of water, and that will be very heavy. So the handle there is really useful, and that shouldn't give way with the weight at all. Just for a quick handle on top of the 1.5 inch, I've literally just used a 90-degree bend. It's been PVC cemented, a couple of screws, and then just tape just over the screws just to make sure that I don't catch my hand on the screws. There's been just a little bit of tape just put around the top there as well, just to be sure that there's going to be very little water splashing inside the tube. The only other thing I've got to add to this now is a 90-degree bend. I've got that on order. It should be here within the next day or two. I won't be actually like PVC cementing that one in place. I'll just be using tape just to make it a little bit easier to take it off in case I need to make any amendments to that. But to be honest, from the test run so far, I think that's pretty solid and secure. So hopefully I shall be out in the field with this in the next week or so. I'll try and get some videos made showing how effective it is. It is heavier than the 2.5 inch, but it should move easily twice as much material per go, so hopefully it should pay for itself in time. If you have any comments or anything like that, please feel free to leave them on the video. Feel free to subscribe and check out the Facebook Gold Grabber group. Cheers. Ta.